taken care. Then immediately, one second, then immediately we have to see that the action plan has to be rechurned, right? There has to be tweaking, has to be there, so that my strength is clear, my goal is clear, my vision is clear, my way of working is something having the gap. So I should change that thing, and then we should start putting the things. Then monitoring is very important, because every time you start monitoring, so if you start monitoring is right, it is going to make a difference. And that's what we do it. Because when we launch a big company, because when we launch a divisions, which we feel that is going to become a 100 crore division, I'm talking about the 10,000 million naira, suppose, right, in the Nigerian way, that how we are going to ensure the things so that everybody should be working towards that. And at the same time, how many people will be there, which way we are going to enrich them, how we are giving training to them. And if we are having a 5 people, which person is strong in which other area, so let us give the attribute to that particular person. So it's a beautiful, I think it is a beautiful science, Uchi ma'am, right? It's a lovely science which one has to learn about it, and it will come through the experience. It will have something which has to be taken care, that yes, some reaction will happen. You have to be ready for facing the problems also. But of course, problems should not stop you. That's what Gayatri ma'am said, that challenges are always there, but you have to work on that challenges, and you have to come out for that. So that's what I personally feel, and that's what we have dealt about it.
I personally feel, with all the points that whatever you have added on, one particular point has to be kept in mind. After becoming a top entrepreneur, we need to actually follow the guidelines what Ratan Tata ji has said. Like, we need to have the kind of consciousness and the humility to be the best defense. So that should be always there at the day end, after being satisfied to be, to become a top entrepreneur. So that should be there in their minds. Everyone.
You said, Gayatri ma'am, you said it because there is a difference between a wealthy person and the richest person. Richest person only think about the money, but the Ratan Tata sir, he never thinks about the money. He thinks that how he can build the community. If you think that how he can build the nation. So richest versus the wealthy is a difference. But I'm talking about the startups.
Was rich in thoughts as well.
Yeah, right. And we are talking about the startups, because see where he was talking. Yes, Uchi ma'am. Yeah, please, Uchi ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, actually, my question, maybe I will make a speech. My question was, there's nothing like, oh, this is entrepreneurship. No. There are different types. What are the types of entrepreneurship? And then let me say, first of all, the entrepreneurship is important, because that was the first thing I asked. Entrepreneurship is important because it adds value to the individual. It adds value to the society or nation, to the community. And the holistic value it adds to everybody helps to improve the growth, the nano products of every country. And countries that don't engage in it won't have their GDP high. I know that India, for instance, are involved in one type of entrepreneurship. I'll get there, and they are doing very well. Now, the other reason why we should engage, why it is important, remember the SDG goals. The SDG goals, there are 17. But if you look at SDG 1 on poverty, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 11, and 12, they are all about entrepreneurship. The world is telling us, the leaders are saying, get hands-on, get onto hands-on. We are talking about leaving the handprints, no longer the footprints. Your handprints must be on the wall by what you are able to produce. In effect, they are saying production is better than consumption, so that the world will not die of hunger. That is all about entrepreneurship, and it cuts across everybody that must engage in it. It is not enough to go to school and gain knowledge, 1 + 1. No. They are saying this, how do you translate that knowledge you have gotten into doing something with your hands? And that is if I'm able to use the knowledge I've gotten to make a basket, and I sell that basket, I have put my own handprints on this earth, because I am known for that. The same thing with ICT and all that. Now, because it is important for individuals, communities, and the nation, it adds to the growth, the economic growth of every nation. Everybody cannot engage in the same type of entrepreneurship. It depends on your ability, depends on your experience and all that. But let me see if I can share something that I have on types of entrepreneurship. Let me see if I can share that.
Yeah, Gayatri ma'am and Uchi ma'am, I have to leave because 5:30 my office
Okay.
is, people are waiting
Okay.
for me.
If you see,
That I'm leaving,
if you
taking
see,
a thing.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much
if you
for
see
joining.
the first type is small business entrepreneurship. There are some, India is vested in this. A lot of people are in small scale entrepreneurship in India. Then you have large companies entrepreneurship. You have scalable startups entrepreneurship. You have international entrepreneurship. You have social entrepreneurship. You have environmental entrepreneurship. You have technopreneurship. You have the hustler entrepreneurship. You have innovative entrepreneurship. You have initiative entrepreneurship. You have researcher entrepreneurship. Then you have, lastly, cyber entrepreneurship. All these are the different types of entrepreneurship. And each individual chooses the one he or she wants to get into. Those who choose to go into agriculture have their own section. Those who, if you get to China, I think India is in cyber. You also, they are also in a small scale. So to be able to advise somebody or somebody to know which type of entrepreneurship you will get into, you must look at these 12 types in order to choose, in order to improve the economy of the nation. Thank you very much. That's what I just wanted to share, because it's important. You don't just talk about entrepreneurship
So much,
without mentioning
ma'am.
the
It
type.
was really a learning experience, ma'am. Everyday values for us. Thank you so much for being here. And all the speakers, thanks a lot. Ravi sir, special thanks, and the technical team. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Before ending, I would like to share something which can help people to start with their startup. So there is a particular subject that you can turn up to if you really want to end up with love for entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship is much of a love story itself. So if you want to do go in it, then there is a particular subject called design thinking, where from the ideation stage you have to figure out every single detail of the way you are going to plan your journey. And Uche ma'am, I saw the types of entrepreneurship, but at the end, just as we say that religion might be millions, God is one. So similarly, types of entrepreneurship might be plenty. I don't know about the types of entrepreneurship, but I can for sure tell you one thing, that only an entrepreneur can understand another one, because they are similar at the core. They have gone through the same thing and they have wandered over it. So yes, they can work in that. But yes, the design thinking is the subject that actually teaches exactly this thing, entrepreneurship. And in fact, you can find the canvases that are very much needed to plan out your entire journey online, and then you can do it for uh, in your school. And basically, actually, we have that subject in our engineering colleges, because we are taught the subject of design thinking from third semester till the eighth semester of our engineering, where we are also needed to start our own startup. And if it's a successful one, we get funding from government, we get investors. And yes, there are plenty stages in that, like pre-seed, seed, then round one, round two, then venture capitalists, angel investors. There are plenty of fishes out there, and that is why we call it Shark Tank. So yes, that is a subject that you can think of implementing in your schools. So thank you everyone.
Thank you,
Jai Hind,
sir.
and
Thank you. the point is entrepreneurship is an ocean. The more we talk, the less the time is. Yes, we'll continue tomorrow with a new topic, leadership. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye. Thank you.
everybody. Bye.